So it is being reported that bishops and priests are praying for Santorum. And my question is, who are they praying to? I mean, the good Lord would say that, look, I'm not ready for the time of troubles yet. So don't talk to me about Santorum again. But they keep going on and on and on because I'm sure God put a bomb there to fulfill Scripture. Scripture says that four angels are holding back the wind of strife so that it will not blow and hurt the earth until God's people are sealed. Now, the question is whether the people of God are sealed already or there are still others to be sealed, and so He's going to have another 4 years to maintain the peace and relative prosperity so that these people could be sealed, because after that, all hell is going to break loose. And how Santorum is angling his discourse, etc., trying to create religious disharmony and holy war, you would think that he would fit into that bill of when the time of trouble is supposed to come and the winds of strife are to be released. Now, it says four angels are holding back the wind of strife, and right now we have in the White House four people, two parents and two children, and perhaps this is what the scripture was talking about, especially for the end time. Now, I just wonder why these bishops and priests weren't praying for Obama or praying generally that the right man would be selected, and so that we could have more prosperity and more peace in the world and in the country. But I suspect that he has a Catholic agenda, and they probably are familiar with what he is about, and they're willing to support that because he's taking us right back into the Middle Ages. Now, I know that the way people are thinking and the type of evil in the world today, the amount of different forms of evil people practicing voodoo, Ouija board, psychics, astrology, Halloween, and all that. It's almost like the Middle Ages when people were just practicing evil. And even Santorum is recognizing that people are evil, but I don't think it's proper for a politician to characterize people as such. I mean, I am not a politician, and so I'm questioning the things that's going on and so forth. But when you're a politician, you have to deal with the evil and the good. You just can't bring religion on. You have to deal with everybody, evil, good, those going to heaven, those going to hell, people serving God, people serving Satan. You have to work with all, because God has not given any country or any president or anybody the mandate to divide the flock, because he says that leave it for the angels to separate the wheat from the tares, because we're going to make mistakes as humans. We can't judge correctly. We have our prejudices, etc. I know something. I think Santorum is missing his calling. Yes, he was called to a job that starts in P. Now, he thinks it's politician, he thinks it's president. But no, I think he's called to be a priest, and perhaps to be the Pope, because he has a Catholic agenda, and that's supposed to be for the church. I don't think that anybody in this country, even Catholics, don't think that their philosophy is what needs to run the land. And especially when he talks about church and state, and he castigated Kennedy in saying that apparently that he will more or less bring on church and state to work together. This thing was settled in the Middle Ages. Church was controlling the state. Many kings beat up the church. The church fought back, and it was a bunch of strife. And so our founding fathers, God got through to them and said, look, we want people to be able to function in spite of whatever they believe in. We're not allowing, in other words, we go back to the thing of judging again. Only angels can be able to separate the good from the bad, the wheat from the tares, the Satanists from the godly, and so on. And as such, it's better for a politician who understands this and who's going to work with both evil and good people. I see that people are coming up with some agenda and pressing it, and apparently the majority of folks want to pursue something similar to what Santorum is venturing here. But as I said, the Constitution talks about separating church and state. They're not to be together because it didn't work in the Middle East. It all led to tyranny, persecution, and so forth. And I see where in Europe they're trying some things like unity. They want to integrate the continent, one political body. And God says that it's not going to happen. It's going to be at least 7 different fiefdoms. And with America, America probably could still be lumped into that because it's British heritage, etc. Um, and so I just think that he is handling the wrong way. I think we should ask him a question like this: if he knows who the Antichrist is. And another question is this: are you evil, Mr. Santorum? You know, how you know about evil, how you could judge evil and stuff. Are you projecting something on folks? Have you read about the history of the Catholic Church? And would you like to see the Pope be President of the United States? I mean, these are some questions we should ask him, because apparently this is what he's angling to. And, you know, we'll say no, I'll say no. Let him continue being the President of the Catholic Church. And let the Catholic Church continue to be church and forget this political thing, you know. Left the politics to the politicians. And it seems as if automatically, and you know, as I said earlier, the world is, I mean, they know a lot of people have the whole world sort of, almost all political, you know, houses, they have influence in there. And in my opinion, they're trying to, you know, destroy the West by going into the Middle East. The Crusades didn't work. Bush didn't succeed over there. So they want us to continue going there and to put sand in our engines, sand in those girls in the army panties, sand in them boys' boots, and sand in the economy. Okay, and then when things collapse, then he's going to come up and say, hey, me, whoever the Antichrist is. And so we really, you know, we can't do this. We just can't let this thing happen. And so when Russia and China are opposing anything or major move on Syria, it would show that although they think they have the whole world stood up, and although they have influence in China and Russia still, at least 2 powerful people on the Security Council are saying, you know, no. So that it's not time yet for that kind of thing. Maybe next 2-3 presidents of the, you know. And so I would say that, you know, Mr. Santorum best be careful. Well, of course, Romney is running away with it. And again, even though he has an agenda, God is still overruling, and he's not going to be the candidate. I'm predicting that he's not going to be the candidate. So there we go. And I hope that, you know, he doesn't really cause no problems, that, you know, things just go on nice.